Do you want to know the quickest way to get up and running with SoapUI and see a simple example of how to post JSON to a REST service? You definitely want to check this out. I originally posted a video on how to do this way back in 2013, but I'm going over all my past automation videos I created years ago to see if they still work. So here is the updated version for 2022. But before we get into it, if you haven't already, I really would appreciate it if you subscribed and hit the bell to get alerted every time I release a new video. The first thing we need is an actual application to test against. And the quickest application I found to get up and running is using CouchDB. All you need to do is download your version, either Mac or Windows. And once it's downloaded, just double click on it, take the install defaults, and you'll have it up and running really quick. I also have a link to the step-by-step blog post I have on this as well that you can reference in the comment down below. Now navigate to your CouchDB instance. Enter in your username and password you used when you installed CouchDB, if you did use a username and password. Next, you just want to create a quick database, so click on the Create Database button and name it SoapUI or SoapUI 2. I already have a SoapUI, so I'm going to name mine SoapUI 2. So now if you refresh or go to your database, you should now have a database instance for the database you just created with zero amount of documents and size of 0 bytes. All right, so start up SoapUI, and now we're going to create a new project in SoapUI. Make sure you select New REST Project. And for the URI, you'll just enter in the IP address to your CouchDB instance. And for the method type, you just want to select Post because we're going to be posting JSON to CouchDB. Under Resources, you're just going to give it the name of the database that you named in CouchDB. So mine is going to be SoapUI 2. This is where most people start getting confused, and that is Authentication. So you want to click on Authentication tab on the bottom left. It's really hard to see. And from the Authentication dropdown, you want to select Basic. So go to Authentic dropdown, select Basic. And now you just want to enter in your authentication information, so your username, your password that you use for CouchDB, and you also want to point to the domain, which is the URL for your CouchDB instance. Also, make sure to select the Authenticate Preemptively radio button option. All right, cool. Now it's time to actually create the JSON that we want to post to CouchDB. So you just need to click on the Media Type tab. Make sure you select from the drop-down the application/JSON. In older versions of SoapUI, you actually needed to manually type that, but now it's available from the drop-down directly. Now enter in your valid JSON. I'm just going to give a name value parameters. So just name, my name. Like I said, just keep it really simple. Now it's time to send the request. So click on the Send Request button. And make sure for the results, you click on the JSON tab. And notice the response, how it returns the value OK and an ID. If it had failed, the response would have been false, but it passed. So that's good. So let's see what it looks like in CouchDB. See if it worked. All right, so go back to CouchDB. Notice how you now have one document. And if you actually open it up, you can see the ID and the values that were sent from SoapUI are exactly the same. Awesome, it worked. And that's it. As you can see, it's really easy to post JSON to a REST API, like our example, using SoapUI. Obviously, this is really high level, simple example, but it should be enough to just get you started to understand the basics of SoapUI so you can really start diving in and creating more complex, more enterprise type scripts. Hope it helps. Cheers.